everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Real Talk podcast, proudly sponsored by CMAS. This is a show where we unpack important information. My name is Naomi, and I'm one of your hosts for today. Today, I'm being joined by my two amazing hosts, my beautiful host, my talented and most engaging host. We have by my right, Miss Odunayo.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Real Talk podcast.
And our shy Temi. Welcome to the show, Temi.
Hi, Naomi. Good morning.
I hope you're happy today.
Yeah, of
I hope you're not
course.
feeling shy today.
At all.
And in our midst today, we have a very important guest, somebody that will help us to unpack and engage us in this topic of the Real Talk podcast.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, sir. May you introduce yourself, please?
You're welcome, Naomi. Okay, my name is Oluwafisayomi. Yeah, I'm a digital marketer, basically. Yeah, I help businesses to market their business online. That's what I do.
Welcome to
In a
the
nutshell.
show,
We're so
Mr.
happy to have you.
Fisayo.
Thank you, Naomi. Thank you,
Welcome.
Odunayo. Thank you, Temtem.
So, guys, on to this episode, we'll be talking about something that, if not all of us, but most of us have experienced. The topic is social redundancy. Social redundancy happens when there is excessive or unnecessary social interaction. Then you start feeling overwhelmed by too many faces. I don't know. Also, lack of meaningful connections when you have too many people but then you only have few people that you have deep relationship with. So that is what social redundancy means basically. So guys, we have Mr. Fisayo here with us that will help us to unpack it. Yes. So let's do this together.
All right.
Tem.
All right. Thank you. Let's get into it. To our wonderful guest in the house, Mr. Fisayo.
Okay.
We would like to know, how often are you with me, Mr. Fisayo?
Yeah, I'm with you.
How often do people really feel socially redundant? Is it common, more than we think, or is not? How often?
Well, for me, with what Odunayo has said, I think it's a personal thing. That's the first thing. It's a personal thing. It differs from individual to individual.
Okay.
And sometimes circumstances also may determine how someone feels
The
socially
environment you
redundant.
find yourself, right?
Yeah, that could work. And the state of the person's mind. So someone that is depressed would definitely feel more socially redundant than...
Don't you think social redundancy causes someone to be depressed?
Well, depending, I think that for someone that is socially redundant, that could lead towards depression at the end of the day. Yeah, so that is something that could happen. Yeah, but personally, I don't think that... I have a very funny worldview, and the worldview is that you don't hold on to something that is not serving you. You shouldn't hold on to a particular position that is not serving you. So let me give an example. So let's say someone wants to be popular,
Okay.
and the person is saying that I am shy, I don't like talking on the camera, something like that, and you're trying to be popular. How do you want to do those two things together?
Okay.
If you are shy of camera and you want to be known, explain the math. How is it going to work?
I feel, social media somehow contributes to this social redundancy in the aspect that when all these people go online to view their peers, and when they feel that this my mate has gotten to this particular level and me, I'm still stuck at this particular stage. So I feel they have this social redundancy. They feel socially redundant in that aspect, feeling that they are not where their mates are supposed to be. So social media, don't you believe that it's part of why people feel socially redundant?
Like feeling inferior to others.
Yeah.
So probably panic of growing old, and I'm getting old. At this age, I'm supposed to ascertain some things and
Okay, so first things first. Research has it that the number one cause of jealousy and envy in the 21st century is actually Instagram. Yeah. And so what does it mean? So let me give an example. If you years back, when people were much more older than us, it didn't happen in our generation, But in my own generation, I don't know about yours, but in my own generation,
You have a different generation.
Why are you contradicting yourself?
Are you
I mean, like Gen Z, yeah, that kind of thing. So, in
No,
the
you're
older
not looking
generation,
Gen
when
Zs.
people are leaving school,
Sorry to break you short there. Gen Z is how old is the oldest Gen Z?
yeah, that's like
28, I think.
28-ish.
No,
Oldest
no.
Gen Z.
Yeah, that's
28?
Yeah.
20, I think
Yeah,
28.
yeah,
Back to what
yeah,
you said.
97.
Yeah, so-
but you don't look Gen Z's.
no
So,
problem. So back to what I was saying.
okay.
Let's say people in the 80s, when they leave secondary school, there's this popular song, God be with you till we meet again. And that song was actually true for them, because God actually be with you till we meet again. Anything that's happening to anybody, you don't actually know what exactly is happening to your colleague. But now in the 21st century that we have found ourselves, if I buy a new phone,
Everybody will get to know about it.
hello guys, join me as I unpack
Alright, yeah.
my
Unbox.
new unbox. You understand?
Yeah.
So we are now in a place whereby you can easily feel your deepest misery alone. So how do I mean? Let's say you're going through depression. When there was no phone, for instance, you have to be so smart, or you have difficulty in enjoying your depression. How do I mean? They will send you to somewhere, your brother will be around, someone will be, you have to talk to somebody, because there's no way you can keep what's going on. It will be easily discoverable that, okay, something is wrong with this guy. This guy is just sitting in the room. This guy is just doing something. You get, but now with the privatization of our misery, with your phone, I can be laughing to everybody, posting online, doing as if everything is fine with me.
But look, you know what he's doing?
Deep down, you are not fine.
low-key, the guy is like gone.
Gone.
Yeah. So social media and its research is not like what I'm saying. It's a research that the number one cause of envy, jealousy in the 21st century is actually Instagram. Yeah. Social media
generally.
Yeah, generally. So but for me, like I mentioned,
It's individual.
it's individual, and sometimes there are various vices that the younger generation, the people of our age, we had put on ourselves. Yeah. And for me, I don't think it's wisdom comparing yourself with another person. And maybe as we progress, I would give you the reasons why I think that it is not smart, it is not intelligent for you to compare yourself with another person. So if you can deal with comparison, especially on social media, you would be able to deal with. And let me give you a very simple scenario. If I ask you, Odrayo, if you take a picture, let's say you take 5 pictures, which one do you post online?
The most
Beautiful one, yeah, sure.
See, let me cut you short. Talking on that, you said something about in this our age. Talking on that, who do you think are more? Which people do you think they are more?
They feel
socially, they feel more
redundant.
socially redundant. Is it the boys and the girls? Because in this society, it is believed that obviously all of us do feel socially redundant, but like there should be a difference. The boys and the girls. Who do you feel they are more socially redundant when it comes to activities?
I feel.
Yeah. Which people?
Or is it equal?
But honestly, I don't have research to back anything I will say as regards that. But personally, I think it may be tilted towards men.
Okay.
Why men?
Men feel socially
Yeah.
redundant.
So, and the reason why I feel that is because there's a way that we had put the society. Like one of my mentors will say, he says, tradition is dead, is peer pressure from dead people. The way the society is structured in a way that a lot of things are expected from an average male guy, and the thing will actually get to you that makes you entertain those worrying thoughts in your mind compared to a girl. Like I usually say, and I've told Temtem before, an average girl has possibly, let's say, 4 sources of income. And it's not necessarily boyfriend. There are many ways people have income. She's working, she's doing a business, she has a dad, she has an uncle, she has good friends, siblings. Yeah, that kind of a thing. So that's like 5 sources of income for one single person compared to a guy.
Well, if you ask me, I would say that the both of them. I feel that
I would say
both girls and
as
boys
for
are
me,
feel
I would say
socially.
girls, because I feel like girls have more things to buy to put than guys. Actually, you see your mates buying airs, you see your mates buying, but have you made a research where you say, okay, if you're in a society where they talk about things, or let me say, oh, these people are gossiping about these people, you find girls. So most things happening like now, I feel like girls are the main problem.
But me, I feel like maybe both gender, sure. Because talking about things we buy, basically, even other gender stuff are now even expensive than ours. So it's just equally like, as we have our own parts, the other gender also have their own parts. Couple the fact that you have your girlfriend, you have to, and the likes. But then me, I feel like it's both gender.
Men sometimes they are being judged in the sense that when they feel they've not gotten to a certain level, they've gotten to, like you now. Let's use you as an example. I know that there are some of your mates that are doing better, and there are some that are doing like below you. You are better than some people. So like in this your age now, or even myself, I feel that there are some of my mates that are doing better. But in a situation where I'm being asked to be in the same room with those people that I feel that are doing better, I wouldn't really have the courage to seek out like those people.
Invisible,
because I will feel that I will not contribute much to what they can contribute.
I don't fit in
thereby
this
feeling
society.
Socially ignored, not being able to put out
Or
my
maybe
own.
sideline.
Even if they do not ignore you physically,
Like
but
totally.
yourself,
The way you be feeling.
there is usually that inbuilt invisibility that you feel, oh, I don't fit in this society, should I just go out or should I
Yeah, like, so let me give you like a very common one that happens very well is alumni reunion. So let's say you left school,
get together.
like I left school now like almost 6 years ago, and let's say there's a get together, that kind of thing, and people are asking to come back, and you see, I have my friends that they are doing their PhD outside the country, they are married, they have kids, and stuff like that. For me, I think first things first, as a person, you must have a healthy self-esteem.
Okay.
And your self-esteem must not come from material possession. Because material possessions, by the nature of what they are, loses value over time. The only reason why you are impressed with someone that has a car, for instance, is the fact that, so let me use a very expensive car, let's say like a Lamborghini. I can assure you that if you can see the next 20 years and you see the future of Lamborghini that you want to kill yourself for in 2025, you know that you ask yourself, is this what I was stressing myself about?
Can we really use Lambo as an example?
You feel the example is too big.
Lambo is too far.
Okay, so let me give another example.
Okay.
There was, I think, the richest man in, I can't remember the state now, in, I think, the 1980s in Nigeria. If you get to his home now, I think TVC, I can't remember the news station, he trended for a while.
Richest man in Nigeria.
Yeah, in the 1980s or
The
1970s
90s.
or something.
Okay, so what happened?
His house is still packed with vehicles that were like elite vehicles of his time. But I'm sure if you see those vehicles now, you will not be interested in them. So material things, the way they are, is such a way that when you look at 20 years from now, you find out that another thing will be in vogue. Another brand of car, another phone, another hairstyle, another wig, another something will be in town. So I think that if you have a healthy self-esteem and you're not deriving your self-esteem from the material things or the possessions you have, it will it will really, really help you in how you feel about yourself.
But do you think building your self-esteem is that easy, like the way you just said it now?
So now, the issue with self-esteem now is that self-esteem stems from, because every kid or every young child that comes to this world, they say they come tabula rasa, that is, they come empty. They don't have an idea of who they are. And all of us as kids, we were victims of the environment, the parents, our brothers, everything that we grew up in. And these are the first set of people that actually give us an idea of who we are.
Okay.
Yeah. So every adult, when you grow up, it is now your own responsibility to audit that experience you have while growing up and begin to have a sense of who you are. Yeah. And personally, as a person of faith, I'm a Christian, I feel that there's no way you can have a proper self-esteem without your connection with God, because God is the person that created you, and drawing your inspiration from God that created you gives you a balanced sense of self-esteem. That kind of a thing. People draw their self-esteem from many other things. Yeah.
There are people that used to build their background based on people's opinion before they make a move. They always want to know what people say. They always trying to think about what seeking validation in another person's opinion. So I think that is even the very first wrong step as to building your self-esteem as a person. So because if you tackle that problem, is an issue. If you tackle it, I feel it will be able to give you a push to being not feeling that much of socially redundant in the society. Now, I'd like to ask, are introverts more likely to feel socially redundant?
Okay.
Introverts, the introverts yields depressed people, and depression leads to suicide.
Yeah.
Exactly. So do you feel introverts feel more socially redundant?
So first and foremost, let me just make a little comment on introverts. Like I said, I personally believe that you shouldn't take on a personality or a sense of person that is not serving you. So personally, I'm like a more energetic person, and for someone that's an introvert, the questions I ask them is, they may have the tendency of being more socially redundant in the sense that they are alone to themselves, they like the company of themselves, and like I was saying, technology and social media makes it easier for them to live in that way. So for instance, if it was the olden days now, the person has to go to market, the person will have to go and buy food, the person will have to go out. But now that you can order food online. Buy child egg, go to church online, have your degree online, you can literally not leave your house if you want to. Yeah. So I feel that nobody should hold on to a personality that is not serving them. If you feel that being introverted is causing problem for you, I think you can do something about it, and science actually backs that up, that you can actually
but at the same time, you can choose to be introverted and not caused, like that introversy might not be caused by social redundance or whatever.
Exactly. So,
and that people hardly notice that introverts are in the room, and sometimes they are mostly the people that have a lot to say. They usually observe. So building up this self-esteem, getting out of this introverted lifestyle, this introverted shell, to like always speaking up in circles, it actually breaks this yoke of social redundancy, because social redundancy is not a good thing.
Well, for me, I'm not really a judge of introverts, good or bad.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
For me, if you feel that being introverted serves you in your life, bad and more,
you can be inside and still be getting paid.
I don't even feel
indoors
people used to feel. I don't few people used to choose being introverts. I feel it's something that just comes.
Some people like
the way
that.
they grew
Some
up.
people like the lifestyle actually.
Yeah, maybe
So,
they just like their space.
Some people
and
get paid
those people
indoors.
they overthink most
Like,
times, and
It's not
maybe-
necessary for them to go out before they get paid.
And the qualities of an introverted person is low self-esteem. This thing we are still bantering on low self-esteem, because if you have low self-esteem, you always feel left out, ignored, not seen in a room where your
feel
mates are
invisible.
contributing. Not that you don't know you don't know what to say, or don't know that you can't contribute more than the next person close to you. But because you feel, if I say it, what are they going to look at me as? Would they really value my opinion? So
would you say
Actually-
girls are more likely to make other feels left out or overlooked?
But
This is for my girls that you might not have.
personally, I think it's both ways, and I think it's even more for guys, in my own opinion. This is the reason why, because this, especially our own society, for a guy, the only way you are judged as relevant in the society is if you have money, and if you are doing up to your doing up to your mate. Yeah, so there's that pressure always on you to actually want to meet up with the society standards.
no matter your age,
I heard
you even see a boy of under 20 trying to like buy a car, build a house, because they feel the society out there is everybody is making it. If I don't make it, this thing will happen to me.
And I'm like, you're
all.
just
But
20,
but
bro.
that's what
Like,
is happening.
you're just 20. You should be in
in school, ba?
your mother's house.
Growing up, I used to read newspapers a lot. So there was a time I read on the paper, but the thing is that I can't really place who said it. But I used to read about this Wallace Shoyinka, Chimamanda. So one of them in that newspaper said something about them, the reason why their age is more educated, more outspoken, and intellectual in activities and everything, is because they actually had more time for themselves to read. There was no social media out there, that themselves
get
they were even
distracted.
able to write novels as voluminous as 100 and something pages, 200 and something pages as of then. And that novel will be very impactful and still have some of these novels they are like, what should I call it, all those if it should even be in the museum, I feel it should be there. Novels like Things Fall Apart and all. So they actually said that, like, that person made a comment on that, and looking at it, it is true. It is true. This generation, none of us can sit down to read a book that covers 200 pages and be able to assimilate, remember, and still pick out points to make out something useful from it in this our generation.
Maybe I beg to differ. I still read. I read almost
I
every
read
day.
also, but you can't compare how you read as to how they read then, because there was no phone. There was no social media. Not
Like,
that
they don't
social
really
media
get
is the bad
distracted
thing
then.
entirely, but we are using it in the wrong way.
Exactly.
Our generation is using it in the most wrong way.
So your bone of contention now is that digital age is one of the reasons why people feel socially redundant.
Yes, I feel that is why, because you get to see, just like I mentioned earlier, people's achievements online, and you don't even care about what they did to get where they got to. All you care about is the results.
And even
You
most
don't-
things are not real. Like,
Exactly,
you don't
because
believe
people
everything
show
out
you
there.
what you
It's
want
for the
to.
gram.
They show you what they want you to
see.
see.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now you, as an ignorant person that you are, in your room, you'll be seated there and be judging yourself. You've not even left the four walls of your room. Okay, even if you've left the four walls of your room before, where have you gotten to? Do you think you've gotten to the places these people have gotten to? Have you sacrificed half of the things these
Yeah.
people have
People have
sacrificed?
sacrificed.
But you just want to get their results. You want to have money like Dangote. You want to have a lot
Just
of
because
businesses.
most of them, they don't post what they do behind.
Exactly.
behind
They won't show you
to
the
achieve
struggle.
that thing we are seeing out there.
They won't show, some of the struggles they went through have actually scared them, that they can't even come out to tell you, this thing, when I was trying to make it in life, I did this, I did that, and I'm still, even though that I've made it, the pain, that scar from this thing that I did is still there.
I'm
They
still
will
not
tell you.
seeing the pain.
They will show
Yeah.
you that flashy lifestyle, that I am this, that, and you that does not really have a big kidney. You just be out there. I'm actually saying kidney, okay. But like you out there.
Then now enter in depression.
You not be depressed. It doesn't make sense. She asked a question earlier. She said, do girls often make others feel more left out in a gathering, right?
Yeah.
I feel, yes. Let me take this question. She said girls.
Yes, so for the girls.
I feel, girls usually do make their mates feel left out in a gathering. You that don't know what you want, looking at a girl and you feel you feel left out because you're seeing your mates because of the way she's dressed, because of the kind of wig she's wearing.
Or maybe
let me use myself as an example.
Okay.
I started using phone at the age of 18 when I finished my secondary school. My parents never gave me a phone, and as of then my classmates, they were already using phone. Not that if they had given me phone then that I will not use it, but like because I know that this is what I want, I'm not trying to say this for the camera, but like I never felt that push, that peer pressure to like own a phone.
Did you make
because
that decision for yourself or your parents did?
Giving me a phone at the age of 8. They gave me a phone because there was need for me to be given a phone then, because I was writing my SSC examination then, and they actually saw that there was a need. Back at home, I didn't feel there was need for me to have a phone, because when I come home, I'm living in the moment of my family then, because my parents see somebody that is below 18 as a child. You're still a child, so in their house you're still a child. So for them to give me that phone then, they saw the fact that okay, you actually need it for me to be communicating with you, because you're going out there to write your essays. And they gave me button phone then. So I had classmates then. Their parents never gave them phone, but they had phones. Do you know what they used to do? They will come to school with that phone. They will hide it. I don't know how they used to hide it, but like they will not go home with it. How did I get to know? They used to say it, and they will be like, "Stay there now, stay there. Don't go. This person bought phone for me. What are you doing with the phone then? What were they doing with the phone then?" So I'm not trying to judge them, but I'm just trying to put it out there. You get, if your parents have not given you this thing, because I know that this show is not only limited to people of above 20. I believe or people that are below 20 will still be watching it through their parents' guidance or something. So if your parents have not like taken you to that height of you to have things, I feel you shouldn't like pressure yourself, shouldn't pressure them. Just live in the moment, because you're actually going to miss being in the moment then. So yes, girls do actually make their fellow girls feel left out in a setting, because you feel you want to come and show the wig that you did not work for. If they give you the room to work for it, you cannot work for it. The clothes you did not work for, the flight did you pay for it? You didn't pay for it. So my fellow girls should stop feeling left out when they
I can also relate to this, because when I was still growing up, I feel like, okay, I cover my hair, right? I don't expose my hair because I'm a Muslim and I come from a family where you must not expose your hair. So when I'm in a gathering where others like
they'll be judging you.
Yes, they'll not feel like, must you cover your hair?
Yes.
I saw Shege when I was in camp. People like, are you married to an allergy? Why are you always covering your hair? Oh, is it your culture? It's my religion. But there are Muslims that do not cover. This is what I want.
It's your own decision.
What's your own? Just leave me. Let me
judging
cover.
you.
Yes.
Always judging. You see that judgment. So you as a girl should actually have your stand on issues like that. Even when you are in a gathering where they are contributing to nonsense, you know that this topic shouldn't be part of it. You know they are judging.
You shouldn't get carried away.
They are talking, saying, I want to fly to. I'm not saying that you should not fly to Maldives, baby girl. Fly to Maldives, fly to Paris. I don't care.
If it's
like
cool
you're
for you,
contributing to it. You as a girl should know where you stand. Even if you feel you want to say something just to belong, then just know your stance on things like that. And know your stand. Don't come and start feeling socially redundant or I don't want to say anything before they will say that me I've never don't feel like that.
Inferior, like
we all fly at our own pace.
And there's this trend that is going on TikTok where they will say, okay, you have stretch mark, you cannot wear this. You have this, you cannot do that.
Okay,
have big you cannot wear crop top. Wear crop top, wear whatever that will make you feel comfortable. It's your body.
It's your body.
So that is it. That is actually so. Does social redundancy lead to depression?
It does. I think we've talked about it.
And we've mentioned it earlier, right?
Yeah.
But we did
mentioned-
not specifically talk elaborately on it. Yeah, social media do lead to depression. In this our
You
age,
get
we have
disconnected.
yes, social yes now it leads to depression. In this
Yeah,
our
because
age,
what you
You
see
get
out there, you be like,
disconnected to everything.
there
like
is
you're not
high
doing
rate.
anything for yourself.
Well, for me, I have some I don't think anybody should. First is first. I have a very funny opinion of people's opinion about me. So, for instance, if Odonayo looks at me and says, "Fisayo, you are stupid," honestly speaking, I won't feel bad.
Why?
Also, you know that you are not stupid.
First
Why?
is first.
Okay.
The first question is, how am I sure that the person that said I'm stupid
He's
is
not
not
stupid.
actually stupid?
Thank you. You see, on this note, now I read something online about this. It just finished.
How do I know that this person that is talking to me is not suffering from something that she's trying
Some
to get away with?
disorder.
Some disorder.
Exactly.
Why should I take the opinion of Odunayo as important and
As
it will
what you are.
influence how I feel about myself?
I hope people know about this.
I'm not saying that, okay, maybe you feel that you can achieve more. Yeah, go for it. I have a very personal thing I used to tell my friends, and it's harsh, but I truly believe this statement. And I feel that your life is your life, and you can actually decide to spoil it.
Yes.
And if you spoil it, it's fine. Honestly
It's your
speaking,
decision.
it's your choice. You can choose to spoil your life. But you cannot try to be achieving something and you are having a different mindset about that particular thing. Yeah? So I feel that all of us must really discount on people's opinion about you, what they say about you. And another thing is this: when it comes to people's opinion about you, is the fact that you must separate fact from problem. So how do I mean?
Okay.
So if I look at the girl, of course, what I'm saying is not a little bit socially, it has some social, but let's say I say a girl is like fat, for instance. Okay. Yeah, I'm fat.
Yeah, of course I have mirror in my house. I've
So
myself.
like, what should I do?
What should I do
should-
with that information?
Or let's say someone is short.
Okay.
It's a
Obvious.
fact.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing
It's
she
obvious.
can do about the fact that she's short.
short.
It's not a problem that she should try to solve. It's a fact of life that you have to live with. If I'm black,
So why reminding the person? Why are you reminding me that I'm short? That especially you're too dark. Your skin. I have this friend that used to say that people used to say that she. And if you see this girl's skin, very beautiful. Her melanin is popping, and she'll come out and say that people used to talk about her skin. I mean,
She'll not
somebody will
start
look at you and
bleaching.
tell you are too dark.
You are too
I
dark.
mean, it's there that you're dark and
See-
it's beautiful.
see, for me, I
You,
don't even
you
have,
have to give the person sound to create me.
for me, I don't
If
even
you
have
can.
issues with the person saying you are dark, because it's like you're trying to solve corruption in the world, and that's not possible, because you just want to solve all the stupid behavior that people can do. So we cannot really stop people from, in my own opinion, we can't stop people from saying what they want to say,
You are fat.
because it means that you want to eradicate foolishness from the world,
But why?
and that is impossible. I think that you, as the individual, you are the one that has the responsibility to determine
What you are.
whatsoever anybody says about
Yeah.
you, how that person's opinion is going to make you feel about yourself, and not trying to control what the person is saying, because that is not within your control. You don't know whether the guy is on Colos. You don't know whether the guy is on
But
something else.
honestly,
You need
it's,
to
it's
take
not
it
that
easy
easy.
on yourself.
Yeah, like, so control how you feel about yourself. And I think that is where a lot of us tend to feel that it is impossible, that you can actually control how you feel about yourself.
In as much as we are
Because
trying to create,
even me myself, I've been in that position before. I'm not bigger than this, but they will tell you that no, tell me, you are fat, oh, this particular clothes cannot fit you. So then it used to get to me. Honestly, I'll be like, so I cannot go out with this particular. So later I was like, no, this is me. So if I not accept myself for who I am, then who is going to accept me? So I don't need your opinion.
That's
If
so
I'm
sad.
fine, thank you. So I started
It's a
working on my.
fact. So nobody should try to solve a fact.
But in as much as we are trying to create awareness to people to know that they should not live on what people say about them, we should also put it out there, especially to your friends, because some of this depressive thoughts used to come from our friends.
Yeah.
Your friend will come out and tell you that you're too fat. You can't see.
You can't do this. You can't do that.
I have this slightly bow leg, and back then I used to have friends that used to make fun of it, and they would be like, she's coming with her bow leg. I know that I have bow leg. Why you I'm coming out with all happiness in my mind, and the first thing you
Then
will
I
tell
take
me
that
when you
thing.
see me is that see her bow leg, bow leggy.
Just
So
change
it will not
your
stick to my mind throughout that session that I have bow leg. Let's go to this place. I don't want
So
to stand
work
up.
will
I don't
not
want
be
to.
like,
I'm not interested again. So in
I
as
think
much as
we should more be careful about people we choose as our friends.
as friends,
like,
because it's most basically sometimes it's our friends that used to like push all these notions
I always say one
to
thing:
us.
if you cannot commend me, please do not condemn me.
To not, yes, if you can't
Don't
comment somebody, don't condemn
Yeah, just shut
somebody.
up. If you don't have anything good to say,
because
keep
yes,
quiet.
just like what he said earlier.
So what
living on people's opinion, like somebody will come on, even online, you post something online and they will be like, with this your
They
two
will
likes,
throw you, they
with
will
this
come
your
for
two
you.
likes, won't you stop posting? The next time you will not have the zeal to post. With this your 3 likes, you're still posting, or you will make post on TikTok. You're trying to be out there for people to see, and your friends come across your post on this thing, and they will come live face to face to tell you, I saw your post on TikTok. They
But
play
see, they dance.
celebrities, even backhand
to
compliments.
post service,
Can you imagine?
just comment, ordinary comment. They will go to your profile, check everything, and then come and reply to that your comments and be like, I've checked your profile.
So if you have friends like that, if you have friends that judge you indirectly in the disguise
Yeah.
Them
of
off.
a
Let
backhand
them be.
backhand compliment, you should know what to do with such friends. You don't really need those friends in
Yeah.
your
So what-
life.
So these
You
are the
don't need them.
what are the possible ways to eradicate social redundancy in our society? I think we've said some of them.
But I don't think we can eradicate it. It's impossible. Yeah. It's like eradicating rape.
Wait,
But for,
They have
for
been-
an
they have been-
individual,
excuse
what
They have been punishing rape since
wait, excuse
men
me.
have been raping women,
Excuse
and
me. Before we,
that has not ended in the
before
world.
we jump into this question, I want to ask this particular question
yeah.
because I feel
Let's
this
have it.
question should be the last to tell people. So, if AI can do jobs faster, are humans less valuable?
First things first.
Because this social redundancy, because around people like getting jobs, if there are no jobs, all those introverts will not really be out there to work. You get, and it will be the invention of AIs and all those robots and everything will now be on the high rise, and people will be like, okay, people don't want to work, let us all bring robots, let's make use of AI and everything. And the fact that AI is in market now, smart in AI, even to do advertisement AI. So do you think AI can do jobs faster, and are humans less valuable?
Like I mentioned, first things first, the value of a human being is not derived from what they do. It's primarily derived, like I said, I'm a person of faith, is primarily derived in the fact that they are created in the image of God. That aside. But when it comes to the conversation of AI didn't start today. Artificial intelligence has always been since. The only thing is that we now have several tools that are affordable to everyday person to use to make work, life, and every other thing easier, faster, and better. Yeah. So, for instance, now I don't. For instance, this podcast we are having now, there's an AI tool that I can actually write a book, and it will generate a podcast for me, and we'll be exchanging conversations. There are tools like that online. So I think that AI would not make anybody redundant. In this, of course, AI will make some certain kinds of job. People using AI specifically, not necessarily AI, because AI doesn't. It's people that will use AI. So it's people that will use AI that makes some forms of job redundant in the sense that. So let me use an example. A photographer using AI tools to work will make a photographer that is not using AI tools to work. So let me use another example. Churches before that, they were not using internet. They cannot have so much impact as compared to churches that use internet, live stream, social media accounts, and all. So that's the same thing is going to be people that use AI tools to work, to do many other things. We make people that are not using AI tools can make them to be redundant, actually.
So in that sense, are you trying to say that young Nigerian people, are young Nigerian people in Nigeria losing purpose? Like, are you trying to say that they're actually losing purpose?
Maybe
The
probably
young
they are
Nigerians,
replacing them.
because of all this.
Well,
Just like you said, this one
The
has
purpose-
this one has the privilege of using AI, and because this person is ignorant of the presence of AI and is not using it, so are you trying to say that it's making this particular person to lose purpose over the use of technology, use of AI?
well, I'm not sure if I understand your question clearly, because the question of purpose is a different.
Just like you said,
okay.
people make use of AI to like to show how they are, to show what they do, like
Okay.
Maybe
to
make
just-
some adverts
how
or
to-
anything.
How do I put it?
There are many
Like,
ways you can use AI.
Yes, like to upgrade. People use AI to upgrade what they do.
Okay.
And there are people that actually they are always stagnant. They don't they just snap pictures and like manually edit it. I'm using this picture because
Yeah,
that
as
is
an
the
example.
most example. So they just manually run it, and this particular person has knowledge of AI. So are you trying to say that AI, like, young people are losing purpose in Nigeria because of the invention of, is AI even really invented? Because of the presence of AI.
AI is being chosen over we humans.
Like more or
Like
less,
AI
like
is
maybe they are
replacing all-
I
replacing
think you already
humankind with
actually-
AI.
Who is replacing who? Who is the
AI.
You said
AI.
AI,
You said it, that it's making people to lose
obviously,
jobs.
No, I
AI
said-
can now do work that
No,
human
like-
being can do.
So when
And-
you're saying
and
AI
AI
now-
can do it
Because I'm
faster.
picking based on what you said
Yeah,
earlier.
no, this is what I said. What I said is people, not AI.
Okay.
People using AI, because AI doesn't. Is someone that is using the AI now. So it is people
But that AI
using.
But there are some
people
work
that are
that AI
ignorant.
does
Yeah.
that human being cannot do.
And there are people that are ignorant
Okay.
of these tools. Okay, so is the Japa wave because people feel useless here in Nigeria? You know, there is this trend in Japa wave. Do you think it's because people feel less useful in Nigeria, that they don't feel useful? Everybody
Is that
wants to
why they are
Japa. Do you
going
want
out
to
of
do
the
you want to go
country?
out of the country? Do you want to Japa?
Well, you have to define what you mean by japa.
Japa, going out of the
Travel
country.
and all, like,
Are you
look
not a
for greener
Nigerian?
pastures.
No. So like, I cannot just assume that I understand what you mean. So for me,
Are you- wait,
I
are you
don't
a Yoruba
see-
man?
Yeah, I'm a Yoruba man.
Of course.
Yeah, Japa is
Of
gotten
course.
from a Yoruba word. Are you trying
Don't
to
mind
say
you,
ignorance
don't
right
mind
now?
you.
No, like, okay, so let me give you
Okay, to
my
leave the country.
opinion. So I don't see myself, at least for now, that
Japan.
I would leave Nigeria completely to go and live in another country completely. Like,
Completely.
take my life from Nigeria and go to another country and stay there. Yeah. But am I saying I cannot go and study? I cannot go and do business. I cannot go for vacation.
Vacation, okay.
Yeah. Of course, those are regular everyday things that people can do. So personally, I think that on the conversation on relocation and all, you have to figure out what is going to serve you. You have to know what you want, and if relocating is the best thing, because the honest truth is, as an agriculturist, not every seed can germinate everywhere. There are some things that can never germinate in Nigeria. Some career paths, some kinds of gifts, some talent. If you have some sickness in Nigeria now, it's almost as if your life is over. Yeah, but if you are outside the country, there are many things you
There's
can
hope.
still do. So look at Steve Wonder, a lot of musicians that... How many blind musicians do you know that is in Nigeria? That's in Nigeria? Nobody, because the environment and the situation doesn't give allowance for such people to thrive. So if leaving the country is the best thing that will make you thrive, then I think that that's something you should go for. Alternatively, there are means that if it's about just earning money, there are things you can do right from the comfort of your home that can make you good income. On Child Deck released some information very recently, and an Amala Booker person was making $1 billion per year in turnover, and she's just selling amala.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Fisayo. Okay, one more last question, just like she earlier asked, before I cut you short, because I really want this question to be the last. Now, what are the possible ways to eradicate social redundancy in our society? What are the possible ways you think? Because just like we mentioned, social media being one of the reasons why most people feel they don't really need to be out there, especially introverts. Social redundancy supporting introverts. So what are the possible ways to eradicate?
So like we've all said, first is first, have a healthy self-esteem about yourself. Healthy self-esteem about yourself. Second thing is, have a very discounted understanding of people's opinion about you. Yeah, don't pay so much attention to what people say about you. Yeah, so that's the second thing.
And know your circle of friends. And very, very important.
Very, very important.
Very important.
You get restrict the kind of, ensure that the people that are in your circle are people that make sense.
So if you are
very important,
and learn a
if you are
skill.
in a gathering where you are not valued, please get off that place.
like me, honestly, I used to say it, like any table where respect is not served, I leave.
You take a leave. Take a leave. And if you're an introvert, I really don't see the need for you to call yourself an introvert if you can't stay in the comfort of your room and learn skills, because as introverts do make it also. Yeah, they used to go into text, and try to get themselves useful. So in your journey of being an introvert, also learn a skill, because introverts too actually do make it.
I want to say this. I don't want it to feel like we are just starting the conversation all over again. I was having a conversation with a friend. The friend is not in Nigeria, so he said he told his friend that I feel like we Nigerians, like being a Nigerian yourself, you already have this inbuilt social redundancy, because he said he was having a conversation with a friend, and the friend he told that friend that our former president died, late Buhari, that he died. He now said, where did he die? He said in London. Yeah. Now said, why didn't they take him to Nigeria for treatment? He now said they took him like to London for treatment. He now said, why? Because most of the doctors in London are Nigerians. Most of the best
people
doctors
that
they have there.
from our
Then
country.
why is it that you cannot get a better treatment here in Nigeria? Why London? So that means we don't have good hospitals, or probably we Nigerians are not being valued in our country, or what can
So
cause
in that aspect, I feel just like we are trying to to eradicate social redundancy. So I feel this is the economic part of it.
Okay.
Nigerians, I say Nigerians, the government making avenues to support those careers, because the reason why all these doctors are traveling abroad is because they are not, like, there is no room for them to like really explore their career in the ways they want. So they feel Nigeria can't pay me enough, like I'm not really valued here. Let me go to a place where I will work with passion and I will still be rewarded the way I should be. And they will leave the country. So if the government works towards making sure that there are enough hospitals, we have government hospitals just like
equipment.
You and I cannot go to a government hospital when we have a critical case to tackle. Exactly. So that is the reason why all these doctors are leaving.
Yeah.
So if the Nigerian government can make room for that.
It's even funny, the fact that you leave your country to go and you're making greener pastures.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next Friday. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share to your friends and family. See you in our next video.
See you same time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.